Today, 24 million points of sale in 200 countries sell Coca-Cola, and on average, 1.9 billion cans are sold per day. Currently valued at $57,488 million. Becoming the sixth largest company in the world. The history of Coca-Cola. In 1886, in a pharmacy named Jacobs, in Atlanta, Georgia, began the history of the most famous drink in the world, thanks to the pharmacist John S. Pemberton, who worked with the formula of a medicinal principle based on syrup. Still secret. And natural water known as Coca Pemberton wine. The creative pharmacist kept changing the formula, experimenting with new flavors to further improve the qualities of the syrup, until that same year, when on May 8, he accidentally mixed the syrup with carbonated water and it turned out to be a success. The taste was delicious and really refreshing. Thus was the fortunate birth of the world's most famous drink, Coca-Cola. It didn't take Pemberton long to realize that the drink he had created could be a success. His accountant, Frank Robinson, was the one who came up with the brand name and designed the logo. Coca-Cola was born. Barely 11 years had passed since its creation in a pharmacy when, in 1897, Coca-Cola left the United States for the first time. 2 years later, the first agreement was signed to bottle Coca-Cola throughout the United States, laying the foundations for the company's business model worldwide. Coca-Cola supplied the concentrate and the bottlers produced, distributed and marketed the beverage. In the early years of the 20th century, more than 400 plants bottled Coca-Cola in the United States, Panama, Canada and Cuba, but each bottler used different bottles, which created confusion among the public, who found different containers in each area. Therefore, in 1915, a contest was held to decide on a single bottle model. The winner was the Contour bottle, its official name, which remains, along with the Coca-Cola logo, one of the company's most recognizable icons more than a century later. In the 1920s, the first 6-bottle box was created, which facilitated the transportation and distribution of the beverage. And at the end of this decade, Coca-Cola appeared for the first time in Spain, albeit through imports. Coca-Cola established itself in Spain in the early 1950s, when in 1953 and 1954 the first 2 Spanish bottlers, Cobega and Casbega, were set up and began distribution throughout the country. During the 1940s, it was American soldiers who helped to popularize the drink around the world while fighting in World War II. To make it even easier to transport, a new, more resistant container was created, the Coca-Cola can. Its success meant that it continued to be used after the war. In 1945, the Coke trademark, which had been used in advertising since 1941, was also registered. The company has not stopped growing. From selling 9 glasses a day in a drugstore in Atlanta, the Coca-Cola Company is today the largest beverage company in the world, present in more than 200 countries, and producing nearly 450 brands. The Coca-Cola system has successfully applied a simple formula on a global scale, offering a moment of rest for a very small amount of money 1 billion times a day. The Coca-Cola Company and its network of bottlers comprise the most sophisticated and pervasive production and distribution system in the world. Most of all, that system is dedicated to the people it works long and hard for. It also introduces Sprite, a refreshing lemon-lime drink. In 1963 it would do the same with Tab, its first sugar-free soft drink. The name is selected after a computer search that generates more than 300,000 choices. In 1969, a new design introduces one of the fundamental elements of the Coca-Cola brand image, the wave, a white contoured line whose official name is Dynamic Ribbon. This wave adds dynamism to the whole and is inspired by the Contour bottle. Coca-Cola becomes the first soft drink to be consumed in space when astronauts on the Shuttle Challenger open a can during a mission. With the fall of the Berlin Wall, Coca-Cola begins selling in East Germany. The company acquires the Peruvian soft drink brand Inca Kola and Schweppes beverages in many markets around the world. 2005, Coca-Cola Zero arrives, whose development was based on the innovation efforts made years earlier for the launch of Coca-Cola Light. To date, it is one of Coca-Cola's most successful launches. In 2010 they celebrate their 125th anniversary, and we are just getting started. Without a doubt, Coca-Cola is a company that has been through a lot, and will continue to be with us for many decades to come. I hope this success story helped you. Thank you very much for watching. This was the story of success.